Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nurin, Dayana, Yasmine, Binti, Marhizam. Together with my group, we prepared this presentation. The members of our group are Nurul, Zahrin, Ziana, Binti Muhammad, Radzi, Nurul, Asyiqin, Binti, Rasidi, Shen Hong, and also Yi Jie. And the title of our presentation is Hydro Power Plant. So, electricity generation plays a vital role in supporting modern society, especially with the increasing demand for energy and the growing concern for environmental sustainability. Among the various renewable energy sources, hydroelectric and solar power plants are two of the most widely developed technologies. Hydroelectric power plants generate electricity by converting the potential and kinetic energy of flowing out or falling water into electrical energy through turbines and also generators. This method has been used for many decades and is known for its reliability and its ability to produce a large amount of power. Solar power plants, on the other hand, generate electricity by converting sunlight directly into electrical energy using photovoltaic panels. So, solar energy has gained significant attention in recent years due to its flexibility and also its environmental benefits. Therefore, comparing hydro and solar power plants is important in order to understand their performance, limitation, and sustainability for the future planning, particularly in order to achieve a more sustainable and reliable power supply.
Hello everyone, today I will explain modern electrical power generation system. In this part, I will talk about hydropower plant and solar power plant. First, I will explain hydropower plant. A hydropower plant uses water to make electricity. Water is kept in a big tank called reservoir behind a dam. When the gate is open, water flows down through a pipe. This fast water turns a turbine. The turbine is connected to a generator. When the turbine turns, the generator makes electricity. Then the electricity is sent to houses and factories using power lines. Hydropower is clean, renewable. It can produce electricity all the time if there is enough water. Next, I will explain solar power plant. A solar power plant uses sunlight to make electricity. It uses solar panels to collect sunlight. The panels change sunlight into electricity. This electricity can be used directly or stored in batteries. Solar power works best during the day and in a sunny place. Solar energy is clean and good for the environment, but it cannot produce electricity at night and work less when it's cloudy. In conclusion, modern power systems use natural energy such as water and sunlight. Hydropower gives stable electricity and solar power gives a clean energy. By using both, we can protect the environment and save energy for the future.
I would like to present my part, which is the discussion on comparison between hydropower plants and solar power plants. Firstly, in terms of overall efficiency, hydropower plants generally have higher efficiency compared to solar power plants. Hydroelectric systems can achieve efficiency levels between 40% to 90% because the water flow can be controlled and turbines can operate continuously. This makes hydropower plants suitable for large-scale and stable electricity generation. On the other hand, solar power plants have lower efficiency, typically around 11% to 25%, due to the energy losses in solar panels and dependence on sunlight intensity. Therefore, while solar energy is renewable and clean, its conversion efficiency is lower compared to hydropower. Next, regarding the site, hydropower plants require specific geographical conditions. They are usually built in hilly or mountainous regions where large reservoirs can be constructed or where strong river currents are available. This makes hydropower location dependent and not suitable for flat or dry areas. In contrast, solar power plants are more flexible in terms of location. They can be installed in areas with high sunlight exposure, such as open fields, rooftops, or deserts, as long as there are no obstacles blocking sunlight. This makes solar power easier to deploy in many regions, including urban or rural areas. Lastly, the limit of source of power is an important factor. Hydropower plants are limited by water availability. During droughts or low rainfall seasons, the power output can decrease significantly. In addition, dam construction is expensive and may cause ecological disturbances such as changes to river ecosystems and wildlife habitats. Solar power plants, on the other hand, are limited by sunlight availability. They do not produce electricity at night and generate less power during cloudy weathers. Solar farms also require large land areas and have high initial installation costs.
Hello, my name is Yi Jie, and now I will brief you about the environment effect between the hydropower plant and solar power plant. So first of all, for hydropower plant can affect the environment mainly during dam construction. When a dam is built, a large area is flooded to create a reservoir. This can destroy animal habitats and disturb river ecosystems. For example, fish movement may be broke and biodiversity can decrease. In some cases, plants under the water decompose and release methane gas, which contributes to global warming. The water flow to downstream areas is also changed and may cause erosion problems. So, for the solar power plants, there is not pollution during operation because no fuel is burned. However, large solar farms need a big land area, which may affect plants and animals. Also, the production of solar panels use chemicals that can be harmful if not handled properly. So, both systems have environmental impacts, but they are still cleaner compared to fossil fuels. So now I will brief you about the advantage between hydropower plants and solar power plants. So the advantage of hydropower plant is can produce a large and stable amount of electricity. The water flow can be controlled, so the power output can be adjusted when needed. Hydropower plants also have a long lifespan and can operate for many years. Besides generating electricity, the reservoir can help in flood control and water supply. So, the advantage of solar power plant is the power plant is clean and renewable because they do not produce the noise and need low maintenance because they are not moving parts. Solar panels can be installed on rooftops or open land, so they are flexible and suitable for many places. So solar energy also helps to reduce the use of fossil fuels. So this all my briefly. Thank you.
So right now, I will be explaining about the disadvantages of both hydro and solar power plants. Despite their advantage, hydro and solar power plants also have several disadvantages that must be considered. For hydropower plants, one major disadvantage is the high initial capital cost. The construction of dams and tunnels and turbines requires large financial investment and long construction periods. In addition, large-scale hydro projects often lead to social issues such as the relocation of local communities living near river basins. Hydropower generation is also highly dependent on climatic conditions. During periods of drought or low rainfall, water levels decrease, which directly reduces power output. On the other hand, solar power plants face the challenge of intermittency. Solar energy cannot be generated at night and is less effective during cloudy or rainy conditions, making the power supply less stable. This often requires the use of energy storage system, which increases overall costs. Furthermore, solar panels have relatively low efficiency and energy density, meaning larger land areas are needed to generate the same amount of power as other sources. Over time, solar panels also experience performance degradation due to the environmental exposure. In summary, while both systems support clean energy generation, their disadvantages highlight the need for careful planning and combined energy solutions.
Hello, my name is Shen Hong. Now, I will take over to conclude our presentation. To break things up, both hydro and solar power are essential for a cleaner future, but they serve different purposes. Hydropower is our heavy hitter. It generates huge amounts of electricity perfect for areas with big rivers, but as we mentioned, it's hard to build and limited by geography. Solar power, on the other hand, is all about flexibility. You can install it almost everywhere. While it's not as stable as hydro because it relies on sunlight, it's still a great way to reduce our dependence on fossil fuels. So, the best solution isn't choosing one over the other. By combining hydro and solar, we can cover each other weakness and create a much more reliable energy supply for everyone. Finally, for our reference, to ensure our facts were accurate, we gather data from various credible sources, including government websites, international energy reports, and technical articles. These our source These sources help us support the cost and environmental data we share today. That's all from our group. Thank you.